Modern life feels solid. Lights stay on. Payments work. Systems respond instantly. But this stability is not guaranteed. Beneath everyday routines, fragile systems are working constantly to prevent failure. One small disruption can ripple outward and bring everything to a halt. Most of the time, we don't see how close the system is to breaking. We only notice when it does. Today, we're exploring why modern life looks stable on the surface, but is held together by systems that are far more fragile than they appear.
Modern life feels stable and predictable. Electricity is always available, food appears in stores, communication works instantly. This creates the illusion that systems are strong and permanent. In reality, stability is actively maintained every second. Countless systems are constantly correcting errors, managing risk, and preventing failure. Most people never see this effort because successful systems are invisible. Fragility is hidden by reliability. When systems operate smoothly, dependence increases. People plan their lives around constant availability. This makes disruptions feel shocking and overwhelming when they occur. The illusion of stability is dangerous because it hides how much modern life depends on uninterrupted system performance. Stability is not a natural state. It is a fragile outcome produced by continuous coordination.
Modern systems are deeply interconnected. Power systems depend on communication networks. Water systems rely on electricity. Transportation depends on fuel, data, and maintenance. This interdependence increases efficiency, but also increases fragility. When one system fails, others are affected almost immediately. Small disruptions can cascade into widespread breakdowns. Because systems are optimized for speed and efficiency, redundancy is often limited. This makes failures propagate faster than they can be contained. Interconnection means no system truly fails alone. Modern life is held together by networks that assume constant availability from each other. When that assumption breaks, the effects spread rapidly across society. Fragility emerges not from weakness in a single system, but from tight coupling between many systems. Modern systems are designed for efficiency. Faster delivery, lower cost, and optimized performance are prioritized. Over time, this focus reduces resilience. Backup capacity is minimized. Inventories are reduced. Margins for error shrink. Systems work extremely well under normal conditions, but struggle under stress. This is why disruptions feel sudden and severe. Efficiency assumes predictable conditions. Resilience prepares for unpredictable ones. When unexpected events occur, efficient systems lack flexibility. Fragility increases as systems are pushed closer to their limits. This trade-off is often invisible to users who only experience the benefits. The cost of efficiency appears only during failure. Modern life is fragile because it is optimized to function perfectly, not to fail safely. As systems become more reliable, people become more dependent on them. Skills that once provided resilience disappear. Fewer people know how to function without digital payments, navigation systems, or constant connectivity. Dependence grows quietly because systems rarely fail. When they do, individuals and communities struggle to adapt. This dependence amplifies fragility. People expect systems to work continuously and plan their lives accordingly. Infrastructure becomes part of personal identity and routine. When systems fail, disruption feels personal and immediate. Fragility increases not only because systems are delicate, but because people are unprepared. Modern life is fragile because it relies on systems that few understand and almost everyone depends on completely. In fragile systems, small failures can have large consequences. Because systems are tightly connected and optimized, there's little room to absorb shocks. A minor software error can halt transportation. A brief power outage can disrupt water, communication, and healthcare. These outcomes feel disproportionate, but they are predictable. Fragile systems amplify errors instead of containing them.
Modern life depends on continuous operation, not occasional success. When continuity breaks, recovery is slow and costly. Understanding fragility explains why modern disruptions feel dramatic. The world is not falling apart because systems are weak. It is because they're precisely tuned, interconnected, and constantly under strain. Fragility is the price of complexity.
Automation makes modern systems appear strong, reliable, and self-sustaining. Machines correct errors faster than humans. Software balances demand automatically, and alerts are handled before users notice problems. This creates the impression that systems are resilient. In reality, automation often hides fragility rather than removing it. Automated systems operate within predefined limits. When conditions move outside those limits, failures can escalate quickly. Humans may not notice early warning signs because automation masks them. Over time, trust shifts from understanding systems to assuming they will always work. This makes societies slower to respond when automation fails. Fragility increases because people rely on systems they no longer actively monitor or fully understand. Automation stabilizes daily life, but it can also delay awareness until failure becomes unavoidable. Modern systems are increasingly centralized. Energy generation, data storage, logistics hubs, and decision-making platforms are concentrated into fewer locations and organizations. Centralization improves efficiency and coordination, but it also increases risk. When a centralized system fails, the impact is widespread. A single data center outage can disrupt millions of users. A major logistics hub failure can halt supply chains across regions. Centralized systems create single points of failure that are difficult to replace quickly. Decentralized alternatives often disappear because they are less efficient. Fragility grows as systems become larger and more tightly controlled. Centralization does not cause failure, but it increases the scale of consequences when failure occurs.
Modern systems operate at extreme speed. Financial transactions happen in milliseconds. Information spreads instantly. Logistics systems adjust in real time. Speed improves convenience and competitiveness, but it reduces recovery time. When failures occur, they propagate faster than humans can react. Systems optimized for speed assume continuous operation. There's little tolerance for delay or pause. This makes recovery difficult once disruption begins. Slower systems once allowed time to intervene manually. Fast systems amplify errors before corrections can be applied. Fragility increases because systems move faster than oversight. Speed becomes a hidden risk factor, turning small mistakes into large-scale disruptions before they can be contained.
Fragile systems influence how people feel, even when systems appear to work. Because modern life depends on uninterrupted operation, people worry about outages, delays, and failures. Power loss, network outages, or supply shortages feel threatening because they disrupt basic routines. This creates low-level anxiety built into daily life. People charge devices constantly, check systems repeatedly, and plan around potential failure. Fragility becomes psychological as well as technical. The awareness that systems might fail, even briefly, affects behavior. Modern anxiety is not only social or economic, it is also systemic. Fragile infrastructure shapes how secure or vulnerable daily life feels.
Modern life is complex because it is interconnected, fast, and highly optimized. Fragility is not a flaw accidentally introduced, it is the cost of complexity. Every additional connection increases efficiency but also adds risk. Every layer of automation reduces effort but increases dependence. Modern systems deliver extraordinary capability, but they require constant balance. Stability must be actively maintained every second. Understanding this changes how we interpret failure. Breakdowns are not signs of collapse, they are reminders of how much coordination is required to keep systems running. Fragility does not mean modern life is weak, it means it is delicately engineered. The challenge is not eliminating fragility, but learning how to manage it responsibly.
Modern life doesn't collapse because systems are weak. It becomes fragile because systems are fast, connected, and tightly balanced. Stability is not permanent. It is maintained every second. Understanding fragility doesn't mean fearing failure. It means recognizing how much effort, coordination, and care are required to keep the world running.